Good morning and welcome to Leadership Tip Tuesday with Coach Ellis. This is the day that I spend talking to emerging, existing, and exiting leaders about the principles of leadership. Whether you are leading a small nonprofit, a church, a family, a major corporation, the principles are pretty much the same. So yesterday I was having a conversation with a client of mine, and this client was distraught about some comments made publicly about him and the way he does business. And he was disturbed. He was personally and professionally disturbed by the comments. So as we were having our dialogue into this conversation, Lady D, I posed these questions. And I suggest to you this, that your leadership tip is control your own narrative. So as the gentleman was talking to me, I stopped him and asked a couple questions. I said, first of all, is it true? And he said, no, it's not true. My response to that, for anybody personally and for business, and especially for leaders, is that the truth validates itself. If it is not true, don't respond to it. Control your narrative. Second thing is, not only is it true or is it not true, but the people who said it, are they credible? In his eyesight, the answer was no. I said, if they're not credible and it's not true, why as leaders do we pay attention to it? Yeah, it hurts our feelings. And yeah, Patrice, we want people to like us. And Amelia, we want people to admire what we do. But let me be clear that as leaders, we're not in the business to be liked. We're in the business to produce. It's nice to be liked, but we are in the business of producing. Now, here's what happens when we enter these conversations where people have negative things to say about us. If we listen to it, Dennis, if we listen to it, it becomes part of who we are. We're allowing that into our system. We must guard our eye gates and our ear gates about what we allow to get into our system. So what I told this gentleman is very clearly, control your own narrative. So if you are the only one talking about your product or your service, you're at level 1 business, where you are telling people how great you are. Some of us reach level 2, where others, our clients, other people are telling people how great we are. The object of us in business is at the level 3, where our product or our service tells people about us. If you're doing the right thing, some people are going to love you, some people are going to hate you. You must decide which tribe you want to belong to. I belong to a tribe that love me. What does that mean? That I cater, I go seek out, I speak to, I coach folks who will respect me and honor me. They don't have to agree with me, but they have to respect me and like me. So here's what happens. If you're doing the right thing, if your business is thriving, if you are on top of your game, some will love you, some will hate you. It's those folks in the middle ground, the lukewarm folk, that you must cast away. What I told this gentleman here is go through everybody you have in your contact list and start cutting people off. Just cut them off. Why engage people who are perpetually negative in your environment? Cut them off. If they affect your business, and here's what I had to ask him. I said, do any of these people with an opinion, have you made any money off of them? Well, his answer was no. My response was cut them off. Why entertain negative energy if it's not bringing you money? Cut them off. Second of all, do you know their first and second generation influence? Meaning who they talk to and who they know personally and they're engaging with. And do those people bring you any money? His answer was, they don't. Cut them off. The third thing I told him, said, anybody who you haven't personally spoken to and personally engaged in the last 24 months, 2 years, cut them off. They're dead weight. Some doors must close, others may open. Some things must die, others might live. So if you have people who are simply dragging you down and pulling on you, but they're not influencing your business, they're not adding to your bottom line, cut them off. What he suggested was, well, it's because of these statements that my last venture failed. And my response was, no, your last venture failed not because people were talking about you, but you didn't reach the right tribe to talk about you. So, cut them off and develop a new tribe. Get new fans, new followers, and then pursue them. Offer them things of value, and they'll come to you. Jay, one of the things, and one of the reasons I learned this lesson is I was listening to an interview by Muhammad Ali, the great boxer. And someone asked Muhammad Ali, he said, how did you change the face of boxing? How did you become such a superstar? And what Muhammad Ali said was that I thought was very illuminating. He said, I created a persona that people were going to love me or they were going to hate me. So when I went to a fight, people who loved me were there to see me win. People who hated me were there to see me lose. But at the end of the day, all of them paid for seats. This is your business paradigm. Love me or hate me. If you like the product and respect the product, and my product speaks for me, you'll pay to be there. So what I told this guy is cut them off, get a new tribe, make sure your product speaks for you. As leaders, this is our place. Control your own narrative. Cut off negative folks, find a new tribe, and make sure your product is good enough to speak for itself. And if you do that, everybody who follows you will do the same. Hey, this is Coach Ellis. You have questions or comments, hit me up at coach@elliscrum.net, ELLISCRUM.net, or catch me on Facebook at Coach Ellis. Hey, until next Leadership Tip Tuesday, have a one-tabulous and miraculous Leadership Day. God bless you. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.